All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, kicking it off with FXO ASD up against Mouz Thorzane. We are moving over to Odyssey. Let's go and check it out, Duran. As we do have a
my favorite map.
versus Terran. Your favorite map?
No, it's not my well. This might be my favorite of the TPW maps actually.
My favorite map is Python.
Python?
Yeah, Python.
You can't count Brood War maps, Andre.
Whatever, bro.
That doesn't count.
No, that was my favorite map. My favorite map is Coliseum 2.
Is what?
Coliseum 2. Come on, dude. You know this.
You cut off. You cut off.
No, you cut off.
Are you talking about Brood War?
Yeah, I'm talking about Brood War. Anyway, top left-hand position.
Coliseum. Coliseum.
Yeah, Coliseum 2. Easy.
Oh, Andre.
We have FXO ASD as the blue Terran, bottom left-hand corner. We have Mouz Thorzane as the green Terran. Now, Thorzane is definitely a player that I've seen time and time again have some of the most innovative builds in whatever matchup it is, TVT, TVP, TVZ. He always has just this funky little build that gets him a little bit more efficiency than what the standard play is these days. And that's something I really, really like to see, because Thorzane understands the matchup so well. He is able to just get that little bit of juice, that extra juice, squeeze out more juice from the same lemon that you're squeezing.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with Thorzane. I think really the way I would characterize the way Thorzane practices and prepares is really he does it with the mindset of a Korean, in that he's just so precise with everything, and he has everything timed down to the very specific timing, to the very specific unit count, and things like that, where most non-Korean players don't prepare with that level of specificity. And I think that's what separates Thorzane from other players in Europe and North America who are also really good, but not the same level of precise as him. So I'm like, when you see Thorzane do builds, you know he knows every step of the build that he's doing is planned out very meticulously, and he knows he has a plan at every step of the way, and he knows every transition that he's going to do. So I really love that. I love watching Thorzane play for that aspect of his play, and that it really helps you learn, actually, if you want to learn how to become a better Terran player, for example.
Yeah, that's what I love about Thorzane. I've actually stolen a lot of builds from him because he's pretty intelligent with his builds. So definitely very important. Now, NASL has been able to get into the main. He actually sees that it is gasless expansion. So Thorzane knows that it is gasless expansion. The command center is on the bottom ground over here. And what does he actually do? There's a lot of one-base pressure that you can do. Of course, you can go for a more standard type of opening, which is just to take your expansion and reply to it. But he's thrown down the reactor. I'm interested to see what this reactor is actually for, because I feel like massing Marines in this stage, you can't really punish your opponent. It does kind of delay your command center a little bit, but no, he's going to go for the command center. So this reactor is really, really interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine he would have wanted to pressure something maybe like Reactor Hellion, go for a really aggressive build, but he is taking his expansion.
Well, there you go. He's going to be doing just a 2-1-1 almost, where it's 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Nope.
Tech Lab. Wow, Banshees.
Banshees. See that?
You heard it first, folks.
No,
it is going to be Banshees.
I don't think it's going to be Banshees, actually, Xeris. Just because.
You don't think he's going Banshees?
I don't. It could be.
Second gas, though.
Yeah,
What else would he be?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Okay,
I thought it was going to be a medevac and Hellion drops and stuff like that. And because he's been on one.
Thorzane has different ideas.
Alright, well, he is going Banshee. And, ASD. He has done a build. He's going 3 barracks directly after that expansion. There's a variation where you can go 2 gas and then put down not 2 factories, but a factory as soon as you get that 100 gas and then get the starport, you're good to go. But he's opting to do 3 barracks, and that actually defends relatively well against this type of style, this early Banshee.
Right. No, I agree. And ASD throws down a really nice scan, so he knows exactly what's happening. And I think even so. Whoa, what is Thorzane researching?
He's researching the 25 medevac energy, where medevacs actually start with more energy than normal. And what that basically does is it shows the tech lab is actually researching something, But instead,
so you think he's
it's cloak? Correct. Correct. But it's not.
See, Thorzain's he's so clever.
And
he's so clever.
I know, man. It forces out a lot of turrets. You can see all the turrets everywhere. And he's just gonna produce a Raven instead of that Banshee. Very, very nice sidestep of what his opponent is going. And what his opponent is going, and obviously making him a lot more efficient, because think of this. This is 200, 300 minerals being invested into something that's wasteful.
Right. Yep. No, I mean, I think ASD is, countered this pretty nicely. I mean, he had a really money scan and he knew exactly what was coming. So I think ASD is in a pretty good position right now, but we do see Mech. Thorzain is going for 3 factories. What do you think? What are your thoughts about Mech? I feel like Terran players are really conflicted on whether Mech is a good idea or not. I want to hear your opinion.
I think Mech is fine. Actually, I think. How to explain this? I think, to a degree, Mech is much better than Bio. But Bio is just so much easier to use for lesser skilled players. That's exactly what it is. It's just Bio, and Bio seems a lot more abusive. You have to have a very intimate understanding of Mech when you go into it, because there's a lot of different all-ins that can happen from a Terran, whether it be a very macro abusive build or a very micro abusive build. You have to know the timings very, very closely. Like, everything has to be punished if your opponent is doing something. I don't know. It's overall really, really good, I think, but it's hard to execute.
Gotcha. That makes sense, and we do see that pre-igniter is being researched. Thorzain has a pretty nice supply lead, and actually ASD is taking an early third, as is Thorzain. But especially given the fact that ASD is going a really marine-heavy army, and he actually has a that factory is super late, so he's not really going to have very many medevacs by the time. I would imagine Thorzain's probably going to be pushing out once that pre-igniter is done, and Blue Flame Hellions versus lots of stim Marines with like little to no medevacs seems like a bad move for ASD.
What I like about this map in particular is the fact that going mech is really, really good. The main reason why I say that is there's a pretty nice place where you can take, like right above your Xel'Naga tower, you just camp out all your units, or you can actually put the aggression on your opponent, which is what Thorzain is doing. Camp out at his Xel'Naga tower, and what you basically say is, if you move a muscle, I'm going to siege your front. That's a really great feeling, actually. And off of that, I think Thorzain will be able to defend his third very easily. You can see an Orbital Command Center. He's feeling so confident with that. Orbital Command Center goes down, and that'll obviously give him the ability to just start macroing up a ton. Here we go, though. Siege mode isn't actually finished, so he's like, oh, crap. Don't attack me. I'm going to make it look like I can possibly attack you. And finally, siege mode finishes.
Finished. So, yeah, ASD is going for a counterattack.
Or Thorzain.
Oh, sorry. ASD is going for a flank. And a nice PDD, and this is not looking good for ASD. Thorzain is doubling the supply right now, and ASD's army supply is falling 700 to 2,500, and this is not looking good.
Yeah, the spread on those Marines coming out from the bottom was not
good for ASD.
And ASD got absolutely destroyed there. That was the big problem. If he actually had his Marines and everything spread out so that the Hellions weren't getting the most amazing shots on him, then he would have been in a better position. But be that as it may, looks like Thorzain is just massively ahead. I don't know what ASD can do in this position. He's going to be sieged all day long. This command center is under attack. Nice little pickoff over here. But still, ASD is below ramp. He does have upgrades on his opponent, 1-1 against 0-0, but an armory is coming up here. That's another big thing about Mech against Bio. Mech always is in the upgrade deficit, which is such a shame.
And actually, ASD is going for a double drop, and Thorzain saw it, but he's kind of choosing to ignore it. Is ASD going to go for another flank?
Yeah, I think so. He's going to try to deny this, but wow, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, and Thorzain read that like a book. And And, oh man, here come the Vikings. This is not going to end well for ASD. One of the medevacs gets taken out, one more remains, and all the units are dead. Second medevac dies, so pretty much Thorzane is just... He is stopping ASD every move he makes.
Every move you make.
Yeah, and ASD is actually trying again with the double medevacs, and I don't know, if it didn't work the first time, I guess try it again until it works.
Seriously.
I guess that's ASD's mantra right now, and I don't think it's a very good idea. But, I mean, what else can we do in this situation?
Raven! And there's the pickup. It looks like these medevacs again will attempt to be sniped over here. The Marines and Marauders are actually being dropped right directly on top of those siege tanks. The siege tank, not a single siege tank actually dies. And both medevacs die, so that's a big donation. You can see the supplies, 70 to 155. Thorzane is in a position where if he loses, he is...
ASD is going out again.
He's AFK. That's what happens if he loses. He's completely AFK for the next 10 minutes. I think that's the only way, or, you know, if he nukes the whole army, and then Thorzane actually move commands on top of the nuke.
Yeah, so ASD actually tried again with 2 more medevacs. He's like done the same thing 3 times now, and neither of the 3 times has it been successful.
What he's trying to do is just relinquish this position, force Thorzane all the way back, saying, okay, you don't have enough units to actually cover that area, so let me go ahead and pull back, but it's never been the case.
Except for the fact that Thorzane does have enough.
Yeah, exactly. So problem after problem after problem, and here we go, he's stepping forward. A drop on top of the siege tanks are actually going to cause his own siege tanks to actually friendly fire upon him. Units that are trying to get up and resupply this whole army is actually being cut off, but that's going to be short-lived as these Marines and Marauders actually get mutilated. And this is going to be it. Thorzane should be pushing in pretty soon for the GG. He's taking his 4th base.
Yep, and I cannot see much.
No, ASD just got worked, man. He got worked hard.
He did. Thorzane's so good. It's frightening how good this guy is.
Yep,
and this is all she wrote for ASD. We should be expecting a GG. We actually get a WW. So GG comes, and Mouz is actually up 2-0.
Very surprising. It's also interesting that, you know, obviously FXO is not using the players that we were talking about before, Gumiho, Lucky, and Leenock. Those are the 3 players that I thought they were going to be using, but instead they're actually sending an ASD and Tree so far. Not saying that they're bad by any means, but you definitely see a big difference in skill
I
overall.
Totally agree.
I mean, Leenock, he won MLG, he won GSL. The guy is so sick, right? And why wouldn't you use him? But nevertheless, we're going to go into game number 3 right now. As you said, Mouz is up 2-0, and we're going to head over there after this break. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the continuation and potential conclusion of this clan war is about to go down.